I'm Stephanie, and this is Snowdome of the Day. Today's Snowdome is a flat back because it has a flat back. It's from Boys Town, Nebraska. And on its flat back, it says Boys Town, Nebraska, just in case you missed it on the front. Now, Boys Town is incorporated as its own village, entity, place. And it used to be far away from Omaha, but Omaha spread out. And now, if you're driving from Omaha to Boys Town, you might not realize that you're there unless you see the signage. One of my favorite parts of Boys Town is the visitor center because it has a gift shop. And this Snowdome would have once come from that gift shop. Inside is the favorite and famous statue of the two boys, and that quotation, he's not heavy, he's my brother. And that's something that people think of when they think of Boys Town. In the background, you'll see the Boys Town Chapel and some of their other facilities. Things have changed a lot in the world of Boys Town and other residential facilities for kids who have a home environment that might have been viewed as unsafe or not present. Instead of the model of orphanages, what we're seeing now are models where either kids are with families, but the families are given better or different or more support, or kids are part of a foster care system and end up not living in a room with a bunch of other kids, but they are living in family settings. This is a result of change in how we view the world, how we think of the personhood of people of all ages, and our ability to adapt and continue to learn what might be best for each other, and certainly for children as children develop. So Boys Town is still there, but their mission is a little bit different now. They still work to advocate for and help kids grow into healthy, strong adults, but we see locally a lot more work on education, work on housing for children and youth, and working with parents to help them with not just parenting school skills, but advocacy. Do the adults who live with children and youth have the resources that they need to do their best job? That's something that we can all participate in our community. First off, by not making assumptions that everybody has what it is that they need. And next, by seeing what it is that we can do to be helpful. Maybe it's advocating when the legislature is in effect, listening to people tell their stories and talk about what their needs are. Asking questions about available housing. Is the current rental rate where we live one that a family earning a minimum wage can afford? Probably not. Hopefully, yes. And what are the things we can do to make sure that housing itself is affordable for families? What can we do to help adults continue to be lifelong learners? What can we do to make sure that families have access to nutritious food that they get to participate in choosing? Those are all things that we do together, and locally and nationally, Boys Town is helping to bring up some of those conversations, as well as many other agencies, including churches and nonprofits in our communities. I think about the scripture for this week that we'll be talking about, how Jesus asks the fishermen to follow him and says, I've got a net big enough for all of you. And part of advocacy work is saying, God's net is big enough for everyone, and I'm going to make sure I learn how many everyones there are. I'm going to make sure I see everyone, and I'm going to have a heart to love people that I haven't met, that I don't understand, and I'm going to help amplify their voices so that God's love is known and shown to all people. I give thanks for those opportunities. I give thanks for local landmarks and stories, and any tourist shop that's still open, God bless them. I'll go buy a magnet or a Snowdome from them anytime I can. I hope you have a good day. I hope that you remember that we can all be advocates from wherever we are, and that God's net is for all people, including you.